want to get that on the record. Thank you. Councilmember Kubosh.
Thank you for your report. I noticed that neither one of you mentioned anything about the municipal courts. Can you give us an update on that?
They're still there. I don't have any particular numbers. The issuance is still down. And I didn't mention it in mine because I don't think there's anything more significant than we mentioned last month. Still concerned about revenue, still concerned about the ticket writing there. And I think that all the concerns that you've expressed in the past, they're still there. The department, I won't speak on the department itself, but I know that they're obviously trying to correct some things.
And that's why I'd like council to know that this morning at the municipal court, Court 11, all their docket was moved to Court 2 and consolidated. And yes, and that's down here, 1400 Lubbock. I don't believe we need these satellite courts. It's costing us money. We really need to look at this, and we need to reduce the size of this part of our expenses. Thank you.
Councilmember Kubosh, you are in alignment with the Chief Judge. He's talked to me several times about that satellite courts were created largely at the request of council members. Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning. I would like to, from a fiscal standpoint, what would be the fiscal impact of having a centralized court operation, as Councilmember Kubosh has been an advocate for about 2 years from the council table and longer than that in the community. Great discussion went into decentralizing the municipal courts operations to assist citizens in not having to congregate all in one location at the same time. And more importantly, discussions were had that would allow police officers to kind of go to court in the area where they work and not have to come all downtown. So what would be the fiscal impact of having a model where everything was back to a centralized model, with Houston growing and population is expected to continue to grow? Have we looked at the fiscal impact of what he's talking about? And I don't know why the consolidation happened this morning. There's fewer citations, a few grant dollars out there. I think we need to really think about consolidating those type of services into downtown Houston, when a lot of thought went into decentralizing them. So I'd be interested in a fiscal impact, Mayor.
Obviously, Councilman, we're not prepared to address that this morning. We're happy to present it at the Fiscal Affairs Committee of Council, or a special meeting of Council to have that discussion. But as I indicated to Councilman Kubosh, and you reiterated, there were rational reasons for having these satellite courts: convenience of the citizens, convenience of the officers, and they are. I think there's some council members who are willing to advocate on behalf of them, but it's really worthy of its own discussion, and I don't think we can really go down into the weeds with that.
Thank you. And I'm not in opposition to a discussion or even rethinking or revising the strategy. You know, maybe several years later, it has proven that the decentralization model is not working well, because as has been said on many occasions, the number of grant dollars that the office of the department receives to write citations, that number has been substantially reduced, and therefore the officers are not writing the number of citations that they used to write, simply because you don't have the number of enforcement hours in the field, because those grant dollars are simply not there anymore. So, but I want to have that discussion before we decide on a decentralized model.